Welcome to the making of a DM. I've never met a millionaire or multimillionaire or billionaire that didn't have this quality. Money is attracted to, say it with me. We're going to be sharing that and more on today's show. So with that said, let's get started. I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it. To discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker. But I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mark Evans. DM coming to you live here today out of Parkland. It's an awesome day. It's one of those days where I had two unexpected phone calls today in a good way. These are good unexpected phone calls. One of them's my buddy has a many 8-figure business, and he's looking to buy a cool pad and vacation rental thing in the millions of dollars, which is always exciting. So we were talking about some cool stuff there. Another one is always my dad. I talk to my dad every morning. If you guys may know this or may not, I like to call my dad and see what's going on. And he's always drinking coffee, hanging out, talking about the weather, and complaining about his back. That's what he does. It's awesome. So as I'm sitting here hanging out on this beautiful day here in Parkland, Florida, I was thinking about money. I like to think about money all the time. I like not just think about it, I like to make it. I want more of it, and I want to do more stuff with it. Quick cool update too as well. You realize that I was shooting straight with him, and I do this all the time. Behind the scenes, one-on-one, I have those kind of conversations, very direct, not as a dick. It's very bold. It's just I'm there to help. It's not there to like, hey, you're doing a great job. Keep screwing it up, Billy. It's like, dude, this is what's going on. Here's why. Here's how. Blah blah blah. And what was awesome about that? He's a professional. He realized that I was not trying to be a dick. I wasn't being a dick, really. But what he realized is he shot me a message, said, hey, man, I appreciate it. I want to buy 10 books. And then I said, hey, man, thank you very much. Appreciate that. As you know, the profits go to charity. And then he's like, well, I want to buy 100 books as long as you sign them. So within minutes of hanging up that call yesterday, doing that live video, he was online shooting on Amazon, buying a lot of books to support the charities and stuff that we do and the messaging of Magician versus Mule. That's the book he went and bought 100 books for to give out to his people. So I respect that. I appreciate that. That actually shows that he wants to learn. He wants to grow. It's just no one's ever told him directly, yo, that's not correct. Here's why. My job is to help take a sense of stress, a sense of anxiety out of you by giving you the truth. You're going to be anxious no matter what, but what are we anxious on? So I just started thinking about that. I was talking with two guys yesterday. So we'll call them Steve and Bob. And Steve is a massive implementer. He hears about it and he goes, implements it. And then we got Bob. Bob has got to think about it. He's got to contemplate. He's got to think about when it works, when it doesn't, how it works, what it looks like, what color is it, green, what color of green is it, what shade, what is the color code of the shade of green, how long is it, what's it, how much does it cost, how much does it charge? Like, he has to know everything before doing anything. And I keep thinking about, my frustration is that you guys aren't making more money. That's my biggest frustration, truly. It's not because the money's not there either. It's because us as an individual in our brain, we think it's hard. We think it's challenging. We think, why us? Why me? A lot of you guys say you want more money, but your actions are definitely not showing that. So I started thinking about money is attracted to what? And by the way, I've never met a multimillionaire or billionaire that does not have this quality. This is a massive quality. And it's one quality that you must possess or start working on to get if you want more of it. You know what the answer is. Money is attracted to, you're right, Dom, speed, execution, urgency. Stop dicking around. Go do the work. Get it done. You have to realize that when I talk to Steve, I share an idea with him. He takes the data and executes with massive intention. And in 6 months, he's created over $500,000 in newfound money. Bob
I told him the same exact shit that I told Steve. I've talked to him multiple times about it over the course of the time. And in the same exact 6 months, Bob has made $3,000. I ask why? Why? It's because Bob is still at home with his thumb up his ass trying to figure out what shade of green he's going to put on his business card. Why Steve literally corralled a team, went online, got some virtual assistants, hired some people ASAP, messed it up a lot, but he's executing. There's urgency. I need the report today. Not like, I'll get that next week. See, if you don't get this muscle in your heart, in your brain, in your fibers of your body, you're going to sit back and watch guys like me, Steve, and other people rake in the cash. We're no better than you. We're just faster than you. And we're not even faster at being better. We're just faster at doing stuff. We fuck it up faster. We win faster. You guys know Babe Ruth, right? You all heard of Babe Ruth. He was like the number one hitter. The reason he's the number one hitter is because he's the number one person that's failed by missing the ball as well. He's taken more swings. Therefore, he has more opportunities to beat you. Same thing with me. I've started multiple companies that's failed. I'll start something today. Who knows that it was possibly could easily fail. Or I'll buy something that doesn't go the way it's planned. But I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to keep prodding. I'm going to keep figuring it out. Why? Why? Because people want you to lose. They're waiting to make fun of you because you lost. See, the only loser is them. I'm not losing. I'm learning or winning. There's no losing in business. You only get better the more you do. It's not like I'm an athlete where I'm only high performing from 18 to 30 years old, necessarily like in the NFL or whatever athletic position. I don't have a short window. In business, the truth is the more I'm in it, the better I become. Athletes, you only have a certain small window of opportunity. That's why they got to make as much money as humanly possible in like a year, 2 years, 5 years. In business, it's a process. It's urgent. It's now. You're learning. You're prodding. Oh, did that deal. Oh, lost there. Okay, don't do that again. Okay, do another one. Do another one. Do another one. You keep learning, evolving, developing. In speed. See, the problem is you start stuttering. You have a fail. You stutter. One of my buddies called me today. He's like, yo, man, I want to drop a couple mil in this house. What should I do? I said, are you okay with the downside? Yes. Go buy the fucking house. What else are we talking about? If you're okay with the negative, what's it matter? Everything else is just details. See, the problem is you're overthinking simplicity. You're overthinking everything because you're more afraid of what's not going to happen as opposed to what could happen. We do it all the time. You did this on your prom date when you went to ask your person to go to prom. You did this before your first kiss. You did this before you did your first sexual behavior. You're scared. You overthink. And in your brain, nothing happened like you thought it was going to anyways. So why clog your brain up in your business, in your life, with what might happen? The good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between, go. Decision, move, decision, move, decision, move. Until you get this muscle of speed, your decision-making process is weak. The world wants you to fail. There's plenty of room for you on the financial system. They'll keep printing money for the people who keep talking shit. They're not willing to do the work. My boy said, dude, this is a long ways away from back when we first met 20 years ago. I said, you know what it is? It's amazing. But you know what's even crazier? 99% of the people are still in that same position. They don't get to live the life we've built. Not because it doesn't exist. It's because they didn't do the fucking work. They're at home talking about it. They're at home writing the next best business plan that they're getting ready to grow a $1 trillion company and they can't even make $500. Execute with speed. Speed. Go mess it up. One of my best friends, Jeremy, talked to him in 2005. He had to borrow money from his dad. He hired me as a coach. Talked to him twice. The second call was not what he thought it was going to be. He called me with a bunch of excuses. I said, dude, don't ever fucking call me until you have 100 buyers on your list. Until then, leave me alone. He was mad. He might even cried a little bit, for real. He wanted to kill me. If I was in front of him, he'd crush me. This is a big dude. You know what he did, though? He executed. He changed his life. He generates millions of dollars a year now. He had to borrow money from his dad in 06, 05, whatever, in that time frame to pay me. It's my job, my duty to tell you the real stuff to help you become successful. I don't have to, I want to. Hopefully one day we'll do deals together. Hopefully one day you'll need money for something. Hopefully one day I'll need money for something. Who knows? But I know I'm going to keep showing up. And if I would have done that to Jeremy, by the way, I talked to him today about this. He's like, dude, if you wouldn't have done that, I'd probably be in a worse position than I've ever been. You telling me that made me mad. I had to go prove to me that I can do it. That's awesome. But more importantly, what's more awesome is prove it to yourself. You can do whatever you want. Mommy and daddy told you that when you were a kid. For some reason, that went out the window when you got a little bit older. You can do whatever you want, good and bad. You just got to be okay with the reaction or the recourse, whatever happens with the effect when you take action or don't take action. Don't be sitting there pissing in people's Cheerios when you can't even get your lazy ass up and go do something. You got to stop talking bad about people. You got to stop thinking bad about money. You got to stop thinking bad about this stuff. You got to get in a positive state. You got to get in implementation. Everyone's always like, Mark, how do you stay focused? Dude, I'm so busy focused. I can't even focus on what I'm focused on. There's 100 moving pieces a minute. Let me pull up a quick text here. Why aren't you more successful? This goes for all of us. By the way, I ask myself these same exact questions. I'm trying to figure out how to hack results. I'm trying to figure out how to get better results in the gym. Do quick bursts, do sprints. Do this, do that, do this, do that. I'm trying to figure out how to get quicker at marketing, quicker at doing stuff like this. See, the beautiful thing about it, we live in a world where literally it's okay to be imperfect. There was a time when everything had to be polished, had to be pretty. But the internet has evolved so drastically in a positive way. Like literally you can shoot a video. It could be blurry. It could be loud. It could be ugly. You could hear every other word. But you still could get a lot out of it. You need to implement. You've been building that website for the last 5 years. Get it done or cut it loose. See, I'm always looking at things. Do I delegate? Or do I drop? The problem is most people are sitting in the, what do I do? Who do I delegate to? Man, I don't know. I've really been for the last 3 years, I've really been working on this idea, man. I got the best. You want to see my business plan? I mean, it's going to make a lot of money. I know it is. I just know it is. How much has it made? Well, it's not made anything yet. I mean, I'm just getting it off the ground. I'm just getting started. 3 years is not just fucking getting started. 3 years is 3 years. The world's encouraging you to be lazy. The world's encouraging you to be a non-provider of the world. Why? You know, Mark, how many businesses do you have? What is your most profitable business? Dude, profitable, again, I talk about this in the DM family a lot, man. It's not really necessarily the group here for this. I'm involved in a lot of companies in the real estate space, the media space, the publishing space, the supplement space, joint venture / franchise space. I'm in a lot of different types of businesses. I also have a mastermind group. You know, if you're looking for percentages of profit, so I have a thing called the DM family. It's $35,000 a year. We have 33 guys there. That's a very net profit business, very time intensive for me, but profitability percentage wise is amazing net wise. But you know, my media company is amazing. I talk about that all the time. It generates real revenue. Real estate, you know, it's got its good, it's got its bads, but my passion is not real estate. My passion hasn't been real estate for 10 years. You know, my passion's been business building. My passion's been how do I expand? How do I grow? How do I dominate? And that's what I've been working on. Here's the thing is, Ramon, with that question, what's the most profitable? My most profitable business does not mean that's your most profitable. Let me explain. Picture an athlete, Tom Brady. What's his best gift? Throwing the ball, seeing down the field, seeing what the opponents are doing, etc. Just because he's good at that doesn't mean I am. It means nothing, actually. It's kind of pointless, to be honest. Why? Because I'm the speed guy. I'm the tight end. I'm the wide receiver. I'm the cornerback, whatever. I might even be on a different side of the field, right? I might be a coach. It doesn't necessarily mean that's where you should be. I think the question is, you need to ask yourself this question, Ramon. What the fuck do you want? What do you want? Doesn't matter what Mark's got. Doesn't matter what Bezos got. It doesn't matter what anybody's got. What do you want? What do you want financially? What do you want to give to get financially? Meaning, do you have money to invest today to get what you want? Or do you have time? Or do you have both? Or do you have none? Better have one or the other. If you don't have money, you better have time, and vice versa. But what do you want? Most people genuinely don't know what they want. That's why they ask what others have. They're trying to use it as that's what I want. I don't hate that. I just don't think it serves you well. What do you want? You know what serves me well? Materialistic things. I wouldn't be here today if I didn't want the Rolls Royce. I never wanted to be anybody. That's why I don't do Halloween. I don't want to be Jack Black. I don't want to be whatever. I want to be motherfucking Mark Evans. That's the truth. Ask anybody that knows me. I don't dress up. This is my costume. I want people dressing up like me. What do you want? See, the problem is when I watched Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous because I wanted to get wealthy, that's back then. By the way, this is in the late 90s, early and mid late 90s. I didn't want to be Robin Leach. I didn't want to be I don't even know the famous people or the people they were putting on the TV show. But I did like that Rolls Royce. I did love that mansion. I did love that jet. I did love that yacht. I've done that all because that's what I wanted. See, most of you aren't willing to be truthful about what you really want. And I will execute with massive intention and speed. The truth is why most people don't execute with speed is because they genuinely don't know what they want when they do put down the gas pedal. But Mark, I want a lot of money. I've never met someone who says they don't. We all do, but what do you really want? No, man, I want a lot of money. I want to be able to do a lot of cool stuff. Cool. What kind of cool stuff? Who's it with? What's it look like? Get a very high-level picture. We got to all get better, right, Chris? I like materialistic stuff. I don't care if you think that's douchey or not. I don't care because it doesn't matter to me. It genuinely doesn't. See, I don't care what others think. That's why I execute with speed. I could fall flat on my face today in front of 100 people or 1 million people. I'm going to get back up and repeat process and ideally not fall flat on my face again. But I know I'm going to fall flat on my face eventually. It's called life. It's called part of the process. And not only that, you think I'm losing, you think I failed, and I might have just learned my biggest lesson in my life. It's all relative. It all depends on where you're at in your life and where I'm at, where I'm going and where you're going. Has nothing to do with you. What do you want? What kind of business do you want? Listen, if I told you I made bullets that kill people, and it makes me millions of dollars a year, is that the business you want to be in? Probably not if you're anti-gun. So what the fuck's it matter what I got and what I do and what it's most profitable? You know what I mean? Like that's the stuff I think about. When I stopped worrying what you had and he had and she had and they had, I made a lot more money. I don't even know what I have. Sometimes I have so much going on. I genuinely don't. There's so much opportunity for you. Guys, listen, the truth is, even if you think they care what you think, they don't care. The people that are judging are shallow. The people that are judging aren't going anywhere. The people that are judging are retracting. The people that are judging are miserable. People that are judging have no fucking clue about life. Why would I hold any weight to what they say or don't say? I talk about this all the time. Don't believe your own headlines, good or bad. Stay focused. Stay in the now. Focus on where you're going. I don't care. I could literally get off stage talking to 5,000 people, and I'd go right back to the back room and be me, writing down notes of where I could improve, what would I do better, what can I hit the points harder. Okay, now I got to get back to work. Let's go. Most of you get off the stage talking to one person because you just did a deal at Starbucks and you made $12, and you go out and celebrate and spend 50. So you got it twisted. You take them for granted. Speed is what you need. I want all of you to go fail today. I want all of you, because again, fail. What does fail mean? Let's talk about this in the book. The thought on the thought. What does failure mean to you? Because I promise it probably means something way different to me, man. If my son comes up to me and he's crying, his nose is busted because he's in Taekwondo and his nose is all jacked up, he's bleeding. He just got his ass kicked. Did he fail or did he win? Well, here's what I do know. He learned. And to me, that's not failing. He's learning. When you get your nose bloody, when you get kicked in the nuts, when you get punched in the jugular, you're just learning, dude. People could say, oh, someone's going to point at my son. My son kicked his ass. It's like, cool. Today he did. Tomorrow could be different. Next week's going to be way different. And the truth is, he'll probably get his ass kicked again. But he's going to keep getting stronger. It's probably one of the best things my dad did for me, truthfully. I remember these two kids used to mess with me, Josh and Dan. True story. They're in my small hometown. We're like buddies. Everyone's buddies in those towns, right? Everyone knows everybody, everything. And they kept messing with me. My dad, this is true. I had to be 11 or 12. Kind of rainy out. I remember very clearly. They called me on the phone. This is old phone days. And I told my dad what's going on. He said, call them back and get their ass over here and go kick their ass, Mark. That's exactly what he said. I call him up. I'm like, Josh, Dan, get over here. If you guys are so bad, let's fight. I miss these days. We went out. I literally remember my dad standing on the edge of the doorway. And at my house they still live in. I'm in the backyard fighting two kids. And my dad's watching. I'm getting punched hard. I'm getting some good shots in there. It's muddy. We're sloppy. We're young kids. But damn, it felt good. Taught me lessons. And I executed with speed. Dad, here's the situation. Get their ass over here. And then I remember my mom pulling up. And oh my God. My dad's just standing there and looks at my mom. My mom's like, what are you kids doing? Blah, blah, blah. You know, right? What moms do. And then so no one really won or lost the fight. We just all in our head, we thought we were all beating each other up anyways. But those days are still today. If I have something bad happen, I get on the phone and address it immediately. If I have something good happen, I get on the phone and address it immediately. If I'm trying to build something, I address it immediately. Not everything happens as quick as I want. Truth is, nothing happens as quick as I want. Nothing is as big as I want it to be. See, I'm not chasing where I'm at. I'm chasing where I'm going. I'm pushing harder. I'm trying to be this person, but I'm right here. Some people say, wow, Mark, you have all these cars, houses, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but that's just like a piece of me. I'm so much bigger than that. What I have today will be nothing what I have in 10 years from now. And I'm talking visually, mentally, emotionally, financially, everything. Physically. Because I'm improving. I'm growing constantly, every morning. I know a lot of people are like, dude, how do you get up and wake up and get ready to roll? Speed, dude, speed. I'm not on cruise control, man. I really am not. There's so much to do. I still got to get this out to you guys. My boy John sent this over to me. I've got it marked up a little bit, but I still got to sit down and do the work. I got to mule out and do the work and send him back feedback. It's order a priority. I didn't go to bed last night till 1 o'clock in the morning. Long days. Things are happening. Big moves are happening. Good and bad. But speed is going to drive me through the storm. Most of you got the convertible down, your hair blowing, smoking a stogie, 25 miles per hour down A1A, thinking you're the big king ding-a-ling. You're not doing anything. Nothing wrong with doing that as long as you're heading to the office, as long as you're heading to a project, as long as you're heading to a deal. But most of you are just going to the beach to hang out and talk about it. Smoke some weed, drink some beer, act like you're cool. Post a couple cool images like you're crushing the game of life. It's not how real business works. Real business takes hard work, dedication, speed, execution, punch in the face, making financial decisions when financial's not there. That's a whole nother story. But we got to move with speed. We got to be urgent in the now and patient in the future. It's now. When are you going to start the business today? When are you going to call that seller today? When are you going to make that deal happen today? Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Become the obsessive boyfriend or girlfriend. Call them, text them, email them, show up to their office, show up to their house. Close the fucking deal today, now. That's how my brain thinks. Most of you are like, yeah, but isn't it kind of like, am I kind of being like a little aggressive? To who? But what if they're busy? I don't give a fuck if they're busy. I'm trying to close a deal. But no, you don't really understand. Oh, I do understand. You're lazy. You're a talker. You're not a doer. You're a wannabe. Get the fuck out of my way. I got this. See, that's the difference. You're worried about what others think. Dude, if you have a deal or something that I can help you with, I'm bugging you until we execute and close out and solve that problem for you. It's all relative. I'm going to text you. I'm going to call you. I'm going to Facebook private message you. I'm going to Instagram private message you. You might as well just fucking call me back and get the deal done, or I'm going to bug the shit out of you until you sign. That's how my brain thinks. But doesn't it look like I'm being needy? To who? I want to help them. Why wouldn't I want to help you? So it's like, it's all in your brain. The way you're talking to yourself, the thought processes you have, you got to start thinking about thought on thoughts. Where did they come from? Why are they bugging you? Send them a gift. They have to call you and say thank you. Send them something. If the deal doesn't go, send them a bag of dicks. That'll get their attention. Send them a glitter bomb. That will definitely get their attention. Stop being a pussy and go do the work. You're not that important. We really, genuine. I'm not important. On the grand scheme of the world, we're like a little like drop of water in the ocean. And you're worried about what someone's going to think. You're worried about if you fell. You're worried about if you went. Like, it's funny, like in your brain, your limited actions are based off of you knowing you could fail, but your thought process is, I'm going to win. I'm going to go big. I'm going to blah, blah. You're not lacing up to even show up to the game to win. You're too slow. It's too weak. You're fatigued and you haven't even started. You have to get on the treadmill. You have to start working out. You're 400 pounds. You're going to be winded. But listen, 12 months from now, this is a different story. But you're executing today with speed. You have to stay motivated. You have to stay positive. You have to know that you're going to fail. It's not if, you will fail. But failure is all relative. It means nothing to me. If I see you fail, I'm congratulating you because you're moving forward. I don't see you as a failure. I see you as accomplishing something. You're living your dream. You're growing. You're expanding. Just keep intact your morals, your ethics. Because we're all going to fail. It's what you do when you fail is the real secret. How do you react? What do you do? Who do you do it with? Who do you call? How do you connect? What's your next move? See, the problem is most of you don't have enough going on. So when you do fail, you only had one shot. You're like, it's like, dude, I got one bat. That's it. That's not real life. You can swing this bat 100 times a minute if you can swing that fast. Keep swinging, keep swinging, keep swinging. 12 months later, then you finally hit one. You got the rhythm down. You got the pace down. You got the vision down. You can see what how they're throwing it. Curveball, fastball, blah, 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 blah. You know what's happening because you've been in the game long enough, because you keep showing up and you keep executing with speed. Who's next? Me. When? Now. Why? Because it's today. Like today. You can ask anybody I do business with. I'm very laid back, but I'm very urgent. Now. Let's go. I actually have a tendency the opposite. I like to oversimplify because I think most of you undersimplify. I think you're out there trying to figure out how to do everything before you do anything. It's how we've been designed because you're looking for the yellow star from the teacher. You're looking for your spouse to say, good job, Johnny, you did it today. No one's going to do that ever, ever. And if that's what you're looking for, get out of business now. Speed is what you need. Change your life. If you have 10 calls and rejections, speed to the 11th. You have 10 calls and you close a deal, speed to the 11th. It's the same. It's a muscle. The muscle doesn't know if it's good or bad. The execution is what it is. I'm using it for fuel. It's like a football game, the momentum. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's bad. You know how you stay focused in bad momentum? Keep momentum going. Your goal is through the momentum process, you shift it through action, through movement. You got to move. You got to get the energy. Money is attracted to this in a massive way. Massive way. What's stopping you? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? I got a company right now I started about 8 months ago. Should be doing $10 million a year minimum. It's not even remotely close to that. It might be $20,000 a month. Should be doing about $800 to $1 million a month minimum. But it will get there. It's not been my focus. Am I failing? To who? Some people would die for a $20,000 a month business. Right? Who's failing who? What's failing? The only person we're failing is ourselves. Steve said, what happens if you have too much energy? Stop doing cocaine. I don't know. I have a lot of energy. The key is how do you use it, right? I think energy is awesome, man. I love your energy. I know you. So it's like you got to bottle it up. You got to harness the energy for good. You know, that's what makes you infectious. That's what gets you excited. It is a problem as well. The truth is, guys, me being called a deal maker is a problem. I like to make deals happen. I'm a deal maker. Sometimes you don't need to be deal making. You need to be executing. You shouldn't have to do the deal necessarily. Just stay focused. You know what I mean? So you got to take both sides. I mean, you got to take the good with the bad. If you're full of energy, you got to know that could be a problem too. That's very Tasmanian devilish style. You walk into a company or organization, you tear it up and you roll out. Sometimes that's good. Most of the time it's bad. It creates insecurities. It gets people scared. It gets them frustrated. It gets them confused. It gets them stuttering in their steps because they don't want to disappoint you. See, when you start thinking about your thoughts, folks, thought on the thought in the Magician versus Mule I talk about all the time, is we start understanding why we do this. Not everyone has a lot of energy. And not only that, energy comes in different forms, right? So, Steve, your energy is very, blah, like very, very over the top, which it's not bad. I like it. But then there's a buddy of mine, dude, his energy is, hey, Mark, what's going on, man? And like he's literally ready to crawl out of his skin because he's so excited. But that's his energy. It's just a different energy. Dude, I have a buddy, his company rakes in hundreds of millions a year. And literally he could just close the biggest deal of his life. And I'd get with him. I'm like, hey, man, what's going on? Oh, man, just trying to, turn it around. Another day. Big day coming tomorrow, though. But, man, you just closed your biggest deal. I know. Wait till you see what I have in the pipeline. I'm excited. Like, that's his energy. He's like, that's him amped up. Everyone uses it different ways. But the common theme we all have is speed. Right? Your excitement gets you excited, gets you in the deal. My other buddy I was talking about, his excitement is execution behind the scenes. No one's watching. He just does the work. He makes the connections. He's like a dog on a bone, dude. He's not stopping until he gets the bone. I'm telling you. Everyone I'm rolling with that's generating millions of dollars is like this. You have to execute with speed. You have a problem tax-wise, execute with speed. You have a problem with an employee, execute with speed. You have an opportunity with a deal. Don't call your mom, your grandma, your dog. Don't consult for 14 days. Execute with speed. You have an offer on the table to close a company you're trying to buy or sell. Execute with speed. Get a team around you. Execute with speed. See, the biggest reason most of you aren't executing with speed is because you think you have to do everything yourself. You think you're a one-man show, one-gal show. You're not. There's so many people who want to help you if you're willing to help yourself. But that will never be found out until you start executing, start getting speed behind you. There's nothing more that annoys me than people that take their time to accomplish success. It makes zero sense to me. Because every one of you listening to my voice, you're here because you want more money and you really, really want more time. That's what you really want. The money will buy you more time. It's a tool, no more, no less. So if you're out there telling me, Mark, I'm a one-man show, I'm going to do everything myself, it makes zero sense to me. Why? But I'm going to take my time. I'm really learning this. I'm taking my time. Why? If I can do it today, why am I waiting tomorrow to do it? If I can do it today, why am I waiting 2 years to execute? What are we waiting on? What are we waiting on? Permission? I'm giving you permission now. Go do. Go do. What do you want? Go do. What's it look like? Go do. When? Now. I would love to be a fly on the wall to every one of you here. I know a lot of times people are like, Mark, I want to be a fly on the wall in your office. Why? It'd be very boring. See, my execution might look different than yours. That's okay. But if you're not getting success, I want to know why. I want to see what you do. I want to see what you talk about. I want to see who you talk to. I want to see when you talk to them. I want to see how you make decisions or not make decisions. I want to see what you execute or put off. And then I want to ask the question, why? I want to really understand the issues that are underlying you as an individual and opportunities as an individual of what makes you tick and what makes you scared. There's a guy, the Bob guy I'm talking about here in particular, amazing dude, man. This guy's my biggest fan. He's an awesome person as an individual. His execution is a fucking joke. It's embarrassing. If I was his wife, I'd leave him. I'm serious. That's how bad it is. He's stealing from himself. He's stealing from people he can help. And he's stealing life. He's stealing happiness from his spouse. And I'm for real. And that pisses me off. Because I know he's hanging out at the local donut shop. I know he's hanging out with shitty contractors. I know he's talking to talk. He never shuts up and listens because he's excited. There's nothing wrong with being excited, but it's what do you do with it? What do you do with it? And it hurts me to watch this guy hurt. Like, I'm telling you, he's on the brinks of total disaster. I've been watching this for 3 years. It's the same story, different day. The problem is, it's 3 years later. He's not getting younger. He's in his 50s. I'm saddened by it. I want him to get so mad he actually does something. Like, this is disassociation conversation. I've tried to help this person, individual, so much, but their execution is so weak. I can't make them execute. Like, what's the saying? We can lead them to the water, but we can't make them drink it, right? Brett's asking, how do I scale with speed without fear of fulfillment falling apart? Brett, if I was afraid of fulfillment, I would hire today for fulfillment. I would overhire in the department that I was fearful of and go execute with massive execution. The reason most people don't scale is because they're trying to scale with what they have. That's where you got to start. But the problem with scaling like that, you're scaling chaos. It's going to be chaotic, by the way. There's no other way. There's no other way because it's new. It's pushing the boundaries. It's limits. You got to start understanding how to source cash, how to source product, how to source people. It's a different cadence. It's a different responsibility. It's different actions. But if I'm worried about fulfillment, I'm beefing up my fulfillment department. I'm going to invest in people. I'm not even going to make more money. You're going to actually probably lose money if that's what's scaring you. You're going to lose money. And not only that, here's what I'd say. Expectations. What's your expectation? As long as the expectations are in alignment. Hey, team, I'm doubling down on budget. We're going to double up our efforts, and we're still going to fail. But what that means is we're going to drop the ball here and there. Customers are going to be pissed. But when they get pissed, what do we do about it? That's where the magic will happen in growth. I can go in there and have a great conversation with the individual. I can apologize. You guys understand one of the best things you could do in your business is to say, I'm sorry, we fucked up. With that said, I want to make it right because I care about you. I don't make a business by screwing up every day. But you fell through the cracks somehow. The truth is, Johnny, we've been building this company. We're a small mom and pop operation, and we 200-folded our company in the last 90 days. And I want to say thank you for that, but I dropped the ball with you. So what I'd like to do is not only just give you a full refund, but send you your product. All I ask is that you give me another shot. How many fucking people are going to keep doing that? They're going to come back forever at that point. But most aren't willing to do it. Most of you will never feel that experience because you're too afraid to fail. You're too afraid things will fall apart. They're going to fall apart. You're going to fail. But also you're going to win. You're going to grow. You're going to earn. You're going to change people's lives. You're going to meet new clients, new customers, new friends, new supporters. That's what it's about. Just start. From my experience, when we overthink, hey, what if I collapse this? Go collapse it. We'll fix it. That's what we get paid to do is fix problems anyways, right? Let's go create our own problems. The problem is most of you guys need new problems. You need new problems. You still got the same $500 problem. You still dicking around with the next best cell phone carrier because you can save $12. You're still worried about, well, those support tickets need to be off that next 24 hours. Well, what if you had so many support tickets it took you 72 hours to get to them all? That means things are working. Things are growing. That means, okay, my 24 hours still remains. I need to go hire that division. Here's why. It's causing some issues, causing some constraints. Maybe it's self-inflicted. Maybe you could get back to them in 2 days or less. Maybe you tell them on your website, hey, Nancy, just a heads up. We have a surge of responses. Please give us 24 to 48 hours extra on top of what it normally takes. Set their expectations. We do this when you call the airliners. We do this when you call your credit card company. It's like, due to overwhelming response, this call may take longer than normal. Beep, beep. And then you're on there for 2 hours. You're frustrated, but you're not mad because you know they set the expectation. You already know it's going to take a minute. Don't tell them it's going to happen overnight or it's going to happen in a second. Let them know it could take a moment. These are good problems, by the way. These are good problems because speed will solve it. Speed of execution, speed of your marketing, speed of your conversation, speed of your closings, speed of everything. Speed. I've never met one person ever that's successful that said, Mark, I wish I would have took longer to start. Mark, I wish I would have went smaller. Mark, I wish I'd have waited. I've never met anybody ever. Not one. Never. I've never met one person because we're so focused on speed. We're so focused on results. Let me ask you a question. Who's winning the game of life? Let's go back to the baseball analogy. Babe Ruth had 2,000 bats. He hit 750 shots. I don't even know. I'm making these up. But let's use easy math. He had 1,000 bats. He hits 400 balls. Some home runs, some some outs, whatever. He hits 400. Then you have the other guy, whoever, Lou, let's call him. He had 100 bats. And he hit 50 of those 100. One's at 40%. One's at 50%. Who's better? Who's more successful? Who's more remembered? Who's doing more with their life? Who's getting more out of their life? It'd be Babe Ruth. And he's at a 40% batting average. See, the thing is he hit 400. He'll make a bigger impact having 400 wins than to have 50 wins. Even if the fucker had 100 shots and he hit it 100 times, he's 100%. He's failing miserably because he only has 100. And he's not willing to fail. That's why he keeps stepping up the bat, because he knows he can win. So therefore, he's failing, in my opinion. See, the thing is we're so focused on the micro moment. In business, it's not about the micro moment. It's about the big picture. Sometimes it looks like a loss today, but it could be a massive win in the future. How do you interpretate the data? I'm going to fail today, miserably, on a lot of things. I'm also going to win today on some things. And I'm going to have an in-between on a lot of other things. But either way, I'm going to wake up tomorrow hungrier than ever, more excited than ever, and I'm going to execute with massive speed. And I'm going to repeat the process 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and 366 on leap year. It's what we do. It's what winners do. It's what successful people do. So you guys all see the winners. Very few will talk about the losers. I'm an open book about it all. The truth is the losers make me a better winner because I respect it more. I appreciate it more. It's kind of like when you almost drown. I've almost drowned before when I was a kid. I respect the water for what it is. It's a very powerful tool, very, very powerful source. You see people out there just lollygagging around in the water like it's no big deal. One undertide, dude, you're done. I don't care how strong you are. I don't care how great a shape you're in. I don't care how great of a swimmer you are. Because you're just one cramp away from death. You're one weird moment of underwater toe to death. Respect the loss. Respect the negative. I acknowledge it. I'm very aware of it. Just like in business. My failures. Think about the guy, too. I want you to be very clear. Like, think about this Babe Ruth thing. He's 1,000 bats, hits 400. You understand he has 600 moments from walking from that plate to the dugout, missing the ball, getting struck out. 600. That's building this and this. He'll show up tomorrow. He'll be better tomorrow. Next bat, I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn. But he wasn't afraid to fail. We have to realize it's all in how we interpret the data. Every one of you, go fail today. That's a good thing. Every one of you, go win today. That's a good thing too. It all is what it is. What are you using it for? I'm using it as fuel. I'm using it as learning. I'm learning every day, every second. I want you to experience the other side. There's no reason you have to keep struggling. There's no reason you have to not have money in the bank when you wake up and look in your account. There's no reason you can't take that family vacation you've been putting off for 20 years. There's no reason that you can't buy that dream house, dream car. It all exists. It's all timing, but it all exists. Why do we keep kicking the can down the road? It's now. Speed, execution, and enjoy the ride. Appreciate you guys being here. Have an amazing day and go fail. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon. Peace.
I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. And I come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. They should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose, so I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm more Kevin's here. I'm deal maker.
is thepodcastfactory.com.